All right, let's just make sure the YouTube sees me. I think it is. Yep, it is. Fantastic. All right, well, good evening, everybody. How we doing? Or the 0 people watching right now. Whoop, let me turn that off right now, because that's going to get annoying quick. All right, so it's been a couple weeks. Life continues on with busyness and 5 kids. So between my daughter getting into a theater production, so that's one thing that she has going on. And then we had scouts. We had a big camp out last weekend, 5 days. That took me a month to plan for. So I was up like every night till midnight, 1 o'clock for the month before that camp out, planning, prepping, scheduling, all that jazz. So that left very little time for me to do really anything else other than stuff for the kids, which is cool. I don't mind doing that at all. I spent a little time on myself lately once we got back from the camp out. As you can see, I just built this Lego modular building out of another set, or it's a rebrickable model. So I spent the past 3 evenings, I think, 3 or 4 evenings-ish, working on that. And haven't really done much gaming or anything at all either. Just trying to have a little bit of me time at the end of the night before I really do anything. I also went ahead and got in filament. That's what I gotta grab. The other day there was a sale on Amazon on Elegoo filament, which I've never used before, but I needed some white and black. So I ordered those because now I can print those Lego signs that I designed a couple weeks ago on, I think, a stream. I did that like a month ago. I can now do that, which is great. So I need to probably start that tonight. But first, I'm going to work here on Harley Quinn because in my haste during the last time I was streaming, I went ahead and we were working on the Mark III. So Mark III is up, running, it's great, life is good. I was like, you know what, I still got time before I need to go and do stuff with the family. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. So I replaced all the fans on it and promptly plugged it all in, booted it up, and the fans didn't work. I was like, what the heck? Well, you blow up fans when you put 5-volt fans and you apply 24 volts to them. Pretty much dead like that. So we're gonna do things a little bit better this time. And we're gonna verify that I have it set to 5 volts before I plug these in. So I'm gonna get a few things together here because I need, we need the soldering iron again, and we need a battery. So we got that. That guy's ready to go. And then we're gonna need the shrink tubing catalog. So I've got, and do I need anything else? Let's take off the front panel so we don't squish it. And then take these guys off. That's all still disassembled, isn't it? Can I pull this off? Did I leave it on last time? I think I did. So we're just gonna go this way. Just do it like that, because I gotta undo all the bundling and everything. So I'm gonna switch over to this guy. This is that weird BenQ camera that kind of works. It looks like garbage. I need snips. I need my screwdriver set. So I got some screwdrivers. This isn't a big production. It's just getting all of this back apart, you know, is kind of a pain. I wonder if I can zoom this in at all. Can I configure video? Zoom. I can't zoom it in at all. Cool. And this goofy thing that it came with does nothing. came with this stupid little thing, and it literally does nothing. This is such a waste. Anyways, we're gonna crank this guy to there. So yeah, I've been really wanting to get those Lego signs printed because just not had any time to work on them. It'd be really nice to do that. Actually, I don't have to undo all that. I only need to do that part because we need to look here and just verify that this is fan 0 is on the 5-volt now. So it is. So I can leave that plugged in there. Then all we need to do is get that screw back. Because you go, where do you go? Oh, you go here. So there. I can just pull back that a little bit. Sorry, it's hard to see. I wonder if I can move the camera a little bit closer. Let me try that. Do I have something to put it on? Oh, yes, I do. Let's do that. Okay, let's do this. And move this camera down here. Get that stable. Oh, look at that. There we go. You can see that a little better now. So yeah, so all I need to do is snip this zip tie. Whoop, there's all my pieces there. And then we have to that there. I'm gonna snip these 2 zip ties on the back of the housing, and then can I just slide these guys out? Do like that. That one. And this one, come on. All right, so also before I do that, I'm gonna go over to the bench real quick and I'm gonna just confirm that both of these fans work at 5 volts before I go and install them, because that would be a pretty big waste of time. But the bench power supply is over here. Let's get the negative in, positive in, power, voltage is set. So positive is on. Okay, that one works. And that one works. Cool. Turn that off. Now we've confirmed that both of these work. We can simply just get both of these to come on this side, please. And then we're just going to snip right there. Pull off the old string tubing and just strip these wires back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn on the soldering iron, and I need to get my solder. So I've got all my ends here. I just need to pre-tin them. Almost there. Give it a little bit longer. I'm really curious just to double check these, even though I just cut them out. Yeah, they are toasty toast. So clearly, you can't overvolt these ones to 24 volts. Should have probably knew that one, but you know, hey. Now we're hot enough. Oh, where's my little solder cleaner? I'm still getting used to using the standalone soldering iron versus, there it is, my old one that has like the sponge on it. So just need to be able to clean that tip off a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, let's get some string tubing out. We need a wee red and a wee black. Cut those in half. All right. Just going to simply do these one at a time. Reds. Red to red. Black to black. Okay, that's one down. Let's get a second one here. Okay, do a little bit of tinning. Tin there, tin. Whoops. Before we do all that, I need to put on the heat shrink. There we go. Black to black. Too easy. Now let's get the lighter. These wires are so small. Okay. Test on this before we button everything back up, make sure that it all works properly. So let's spin you. Let's get my power cable. Let's turn you on. And we will check it. So this over here. And then let's try to reconnect. So this is running Clipper, anybody doesn't know. So it's all web-based. There's no screen on this, anything like that. I might put one on later, but for right now, there's no screen on it. It sits right here on my desk so that I can do prints. Any small stuff that I want done, I can just do it right here instead of having to use any of the big ones or bigger ones. There she is. Now, if I turn on the fan, success, they both turn on. Coo, 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 coo. It works. So let's switch back to here. Turn that off. There. All right, so now we got to button this all back up. So we got to put this fan back in to here. That. And then we get our two fans here. Slide in like that. And slide in like, you go that side. Come under here. You have to, the front fan has to get its this all has to get hidden. So this goes down. This cable has to come up and around. Pushing this cable up top. This is the absolutely super finniest part of this hot end, is making sure all the wires are not pinched, is the most important, and in their proper spot. Sometimes it takes the ever so slightest amount of force to get it in there. Okay, so those are both pointing the correct direction, I think. Pretty sure. Are you? No, I'm curious now if I put that in backwards or not. Oh yeah, that's got it there. It's got it there. Okay. We can slide this. End up and in there. Okay, now I need zip ties. Find a cup of them. Get out the teeny tiny guys. Okay, so this one is by himself. Okay, and then this side, we have two fans, hot end and thermistor, all all together here. Nope, 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 stop. Okay. All of those in there. Okay. Now we can get this kind of pushed on there for now. Oh, there's a screw. Okay. Now where it gets a little bit finicky because I have to get the motor on here. So we're going to start these two screws. Can you not fall out, please? So right to there. This one. The reason why I'm just starting them is because they have to go into the threads on the other side. And then I'm missing some screws here. Okay, so these two big ones go in the front. One on here. Okay, no pinching cables there. Here. No pinching cables there. Okay. And then this one and this one go down here. Several screws that hold this guy on. Okay, now we have a back part here. It goes around the motor. Was I missing any more screws? These need to be longer, actually. Oh, looking at that, why are they so short? M3s. I'm gonna get some longer ones for this here real quick. Because these should thread through, actually. Let me get a 3.5 mil twist bit just to drill this out a little bit. I've got a 3 mil. Okay, and then what I pulled out was definitely not long enough. So let's throw a 12 mil on there. 10 go through. 14 so long. Yeah, we'll do 12s. That's much better. These like little 8s are not anywhere near long enough. That one's catching. So twist bit. That goes in there like that. Sweet. So this goes on here. That comes in. Like that. All these cables need to go inside here. Let's just try to get this thing earmarked on here. Sweet. Okay. Those are all in there and out of the way now. Can get all these cables here, get another zip tie. And this one is what holds everything. This is our cable strain relief right here. What this guy is. Let's get this screwed in. Okay, those are all on. Now these back ones. It's one. Should be on there pretty good now. One more twist. Make sure we're nice and tight. Not tight enough to break anything. Okay. So now I can just put this loom back on the wires. Now we can do one more zip tie here. Well, let me get this one tight, nipped. We do one more with loom. To make sure it stays on there. All right, and that should be that. Okay, so next thing is to fire this sucker up and test it again. Also sucks that I killed those fans because that was they're $10 a piece plus shipping, so it was like $15 gone. That really sucked. Where's this screw go? Oh, this screw came from that? Where'd this screw come from? I have a screw here. I have no idea where it came from. Everything's screwed in though. At least I'm fairly certain everything's screwed in as it should be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Reconnect. All right, so fans. Both blow. Sweet. Reset my temperature to, oh no, not that one. Return, and then this guy here turns on. Sweet. And it's off. Good deal. And our one in the back is blowing, and that's good because I have there's a little controller fan in the back for that one. Alrighty then. Well, we can. We're gonna do this now. Actually, I do want to pull out this piece of ABS. I've had this in there for a while. I've got this piece of filament in there after it had finished the last time, and I need to take care of it. So I'm just gonna leave it a second to warm up and go from there. You guys are probably getting buffering, it looks like, because my internet is garbage lately. It's been super duper bad. So my kilobits are low, and there's some dropped frames. $150. A little bit hotter, then we can pull it out. There we go. Now we can turn this to 0. Push out the middle. Close that. Turn it off again. Now we can lay it back on its front. And switch cameras to there. All right, so we've got all of our electronics in here. Everything is back to the way it should be. So now we can get panel here. Of course, it's acrylic, so it's like super staticky. And just like that. I'm going to put in, just going to gently attach all these, and then we'll tighten everything down. So the screws are just in the channels here. With the Voron V0 series, you have to put in all of the, they're not using T-nuts or anything, they're using straight up hex nuts. So you have to put them all in the channels as you build the printer. Those are all in. Corners. Near this corner here. It's best to do it while the panel is loose. And then it's easier to get everything lined up and into place. Then tighten it down. There we go. that gets pushed up into place. This guy lines up here, down. Too tight. Spool holder. That one. And then our top panel. There we go. Back panel is secure now. Open up the front. And we've got our door. Like that. Bob's your uncle. We're back together again. Not too bad, not too bad. Put this camera back up here now. Oh no, the little light came on. Stop it, there we go. Okay, so now I need to make space on my desk again to put this back on here. Stuff this, he charged. This one's charged. Put that away in there. And this can come back up on the desk. You can plug it back in and turn it back on. Now I have my desktop. Where are we at here? I've got my desk printer back, which isn't too bad half the time. It's nice to kind of have it here. Again, if I want to work on something quick or something small, it's easy just to throw it right on this printer. I'm enjoying having a desk printer. Just need to manage the power cable a little bit better there. All right. Well, those are 8s. That's a 6. Put the screws back away now. Trash is all there. My dead fans. Still like slightly perturbed at myself for not checking the voltage of the new fans before I plugged them in. That was an expensive mistake. Throw $20, $30 away because I didn't verify the voltages. But hey, it happens. Just try not to have that happen often. Oh, excuse me. These go back in the bottom here. All right, so I can tell this to home all. Hey, Gary. It's Kits Craig Hobbies. Thank you. I haven't streamed in a while, so you got to stay active for people. For people to follow a lot and watch, and life is busy right now. $160 last week. What'd you lose $160 on? Twist drill. I really like this. I bought it like, it might have been off of AliExpress or something, but it was super cheap. Maybe it was Amazon. It was like maybe $8. Left my new Milwaukee cordless driver on the roof. Oh, yeah, on the roof of your car, and then drove off. My brother did that with an iPad many moons ago. I I bought new iPads for my kids, so I gave him one for his son at the time, and they had it for like a few months. He put it on top of the car, and it just went. He went back to get it, and it was just toasted. So again, thankfully it was old. I mean, old. I mean, it was old to me, new to him. So then, yeah, he actually had to go out and buy one then. But that was pretty funny when he did that and he called me. I was like, ah, dude. I was like, who puts stuff on the roof of their car? I think we might have lost something that way. I can't remember. My wife and I think something got put on the car and we forgot about it and then took off and whoop, there it went. Which is never good at all. Well, that took a smidge longer than I thought it was going to take. Honestly, I thought that was going to take me a little less time. But I mean, it's not like I got anything else to do tonight. Just gonna hang out. The kids need batteries in that. But yeah, I need to do a video on the Lego channel on this. It was a fun build, definitely different. I've never built a modular building before, and man, it was something else. I have a photo of my new iPad on the hood of my truck, stuck in the bug deflector. Oh, right in the front there. Yeah. That's that's bad news. Thankfully, I haven't really left much up there. I don't think. Actually, while I'm sitting here, I need to check. Let's take this one out. Red's in there, yellow's in there. I'm gonna open up these two new filaments, and I'm just gonna put them into the my filament dryer, and just get them dry. Run that tonight, and then tomorrow when I come home from work, we can check it. Tangle spool and box made recycled materials. Yeah, it's a heavy-duty cardboard spool from Elegoo. I've never used their filament before, so this is going to be all first time for me. Doesn't really have a smell to it. Sometimes you open up a brand new spool and like you can just smell all of it. So let's put the filament dryer on low, because I don't want to cook those spools. Wee garbage can here. But yeah. And cleanup is done. It's nice to be able to just put things back away right away, because I definitely have a tendency of leaving things out. I mean, granted, this table back here is just totally trashed with stuff. Oh, you're doing Gridify. Nice. It's funny. So Gridify was built off of the what's his name? The European dude. What the heck is his name? Something Chapel. Never used. So I live currently in a subtropical area. 33% humidity relative here in the office. It's not bad. It definitely prints better when it's dry. I've lived plenty of places where I'd never had to dry, but my last post was tropical, and here is subtropical. Rainy season's about to start, so it's definitely needed in these places. PLA just prints so much better when it's really, really dry. So I will tend to do that whenever possible. Southern Ontario, Canada. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, I like to just dry it. Just also, I have had filament come from the factory pretty wet, and it will definitely bubble and pop as you're printing with it. So it's best I just throw it in there on low overnight, come back the next day, and life is good. So So a little peace of mind as well, just so I don't have to worry about a failed print due to wet filament. What was I saying here? I totally lost my train of thought, whatever I was talking about. Anyways, we'll try out the new filament, see how it goes. Hopefully it will print well. I don't know, is my video is like a green bar flashing across the bottom? I don't know if anybody else is seeing that as you're watching me. I'm totally unsure if that is me, my video card on my end, or if it's actually showing into the stream. Like the bottom third of my video, only my video in OBS is flashing like that. Anyways, that's weird. So yeah, so now that I have the black and white filament in stock, because I ran out, I can go ahead and print the Lego signs. So I just have to scale those in Prusa Slicer, which I guess I can throw one in now. Kind of can walk through that. I did upgrade Prusa Slicer finally to their new. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Okay, 261 is out now. And I had to re-add my mini because my mini got booted for some reason. See if I can find it here. So here is the, while that downloads. So we're just going to go to, this is PLA, and we're going to do detail. Slice. And then we have to just go to here and make a new layer. I have to go back a layer. Right there, go one. Take that one away. Nope. Oh, I need to go up one more layer. There we go. Now that's the new layer. That's a new layer. Oh no, that's not a new layer yet. This one here, take that one out. That's right there. There we go. So that is how that will look. And can I save this? Save project. Sure. Install. Okay, let that install now. It's going to close that and start the new one. But yeah, so that's what that will look like with the, it's only 4 mil thick. I might make it a little bit thicker, but 4 is pretty good. But yeah, and I'll print that in, so it's going to have a, what, red background, and then black, yellow, white is what that'll be. So 4 color changes. I want to try to scale them all the same, X and Y, so that I can put all of them on the plate, and then I can easily just yes. Okay, why don't you, no, cancel. Okay, I don't know why it didn't update it. close out of it. Repair, repair. Yeah, Gary, I am not in the US. I am overseas. I do not say where I live. But I move every 2 to 3 years. So I'm moving next summer. Cool. Another move. Okay, so that installed. Why does it keep cancel? Why is it not updating? Two, 6, 1. Yes. Download, install now. Next. I am not military. I am ununiformed service. And this is installing more updates now that I got the new version on. For some reason, it just wasn't. Let's unpin that and let's pin that one to there. Wait for this to finish installing. Find repair. I have no idea what this is doing or why it's being so weird. Just doing the update like a third time. Automatically close. Yep. Finish. Okay. Relaunch that. And then apps. Makes me feel like Prussia's installed on here like 6 times. It's not actually updating it. So we're going to open a project. There we go. Yeah, so now if I just go ahead and let's go back here, let's add in. That's small, so tiny, extra large, medium, large. Open all those up. They're all pretty close to size. But I do want them all to be the same. It'll be nice because if I do slice now, because they're all the same thickness, they all turn out perfectly just like that. And I can print them all in one go, which will be fan-freaking-tastic. But I do need to do some scaling because you can see this one is not. So this is 41, this one's 35. So I just need to scale them all to be the same. It's 36, 43, 37. Yeah, they're all different just because I didn't tear. And then we're gonna do our infill is gonna be rectilinear, that's fine. I feel like Prush Slicer has me using more material and prints are definitely longer, save as TLC rotation. I only use Prush Slicer for everything. I mean, look at all my printers. Like every printer is in here that I use. And then these are all of my, everything down here is Clipper except for Octoprint. That is this Prusa. But everything else is Clipper. So it works well for me. I mean, I've never really had it be a big issue. So yeah, I prefer to stick to it because I know that it works with all my printers and everything like that. So Yeah. I wonder if I should make these a little bit thicker. That is an interesting thing to think about. But they look great in the Lego font. Yeah. So hopefully next week, will I be live streaming next week? What is next week? Let's look at the calendar. I would really like to stream next week. It really depends on what's going on. What is today? Today is, go back to October. Today's the 15th, 21st. Yeah, I should be able to stream next weekend. I don't have anything on the calendar. I have a camp out again coming up here in a few weeks. But that's about it for that. I think I'll be back next weekend. Hopefully Saturday night. I don't try to, I will never use Kira. I uninstalled it and I will never go back to it because I hate the layout. It is incredibly complicated in my opinion. They went from, this is the old rant, but like they went from incredibly simple and lacking of features to just throwing every feature in your face. And I don't like that they're called different things. Yeah, I used to use Simplify 3D. I paid the $150 Simplify 3D to not use Kira because blah, did not like it at all. So I would have to learn, I'd have to learn how to use it. I'd have to learn how to set up wireless printing because here in Prusa Slicer, I just hit this little G button down here. That's the go button and my printer starts printing. Like it's done because everything is networked. It's all in there. All of my settings, I'd have to relearn how to set up every printer in a new slicer. Now granted, I'm not saying I wouldn't because I did. I went from Simplify 3D to Prusa Slicer, which took a lot of learning. It just took time for me to finally say, okay, Prusa Slicer is much better now than Simplify 3D was, even though I liked Simplify 3D so much. It worked so well. No, it's funny because if Aaron was here, Aaron would just go off because Aaron, again, I just kind of did. But Aaron doesn't like it either. But he's been having a lot of issues. So those don't know, Aaron is one of my mods. He has the Geared 3D Printing channel. He is having a lot of issues right now with Prusa Slicer crashing or something. I think one of his profiles might be corrupt and he can't, it's given a lot of issues. So I think he has a corrupt profile for one of his printers, but he'd have to like figure out which one it is and then recreate them all. Yeah, well, that's good to know. Kits Craig, sorry, I hope I'm saying that right. That's definitely good to know. Thankfully, I don't worry too much about filament because I don't sell anything. I just buy filament. I haven't had a filament sponsor in forever. I still have like 2 rolls that I'm supposed to review that I never got around to doing. But yeah, it's just taking the time. A lot of people were trying to get me to do, what was it? Was it Ray's? What's Ray's? What's their slicer? It was like 2 or 3 years ago. A bunch of people switched to it, and they were trying to get me off of Prusa Slicer. I tried it on a live stream, did not go well. Could not figure that out. I mean, everything's called something different. And a lot of people really marry the first slicer they end up using. Oh, Blitz Craig, what's a Kits? Kits Craig, okay. And you kind of marry the first thing you use. Like, you could switch to something else, but it's difficult to learn because things might be called differently. I mean, that's why I like Fusion 360 so much because I know it. I've been using it so long now. I tried using Onshape. It was fine, but I just like Fusion still so much more, so I stick with Fusion for my designs. You'll have people still swear by Tinkercad, which is for children in my opinion, but people still use it all the time. Great, works for them, but I do not think it is a good slicer or a good program. It's great for my kids. My kids have made multiple things in there and they've 3D printed them, But again, it's made for kids. It is not made for complex designs at all because it takes so much longer. I can create the same thing in Fusion that someone can in Tinkercad in a third of the time, and I am an absolute Fusion noob. I barely can use the program, even after using it for, what, 5 or 6 years now. I'm still nowhere an authority on it or a professional in any way, shape, or form. But I can do it way better than I can Tinkercad. Because Tinkercad is just stacking wooden blocks and merging them into each other. That is all that program is. It is nothing more, nothing less. You can't even chamfer in it. You have to like add another shape to subtract to make, it's dumb. Anyways, I didn't want to get on a Fusion rant. But my RGB, nice. IQ, RGB is not RGBing properly. It's different colors. You're supposed to be all the same color. Okay, that's all orange now. My RGB. There we go. Now that one's done. There, now everything's orange again. Hot dog. George. First slicer was Kira. I don't like it anymore. Currently use Procession now. Fusion is pretty hard. Can't make a box. Fusion, it took me a very long time to learn Fusion on it. I mean, I'm not joking. It took forever. I still learn something new every day because I'm like, how do I do this? And I figure it out. But I self-taught 85% of what I do in Fusion, and the other 15% is what I have learned by Googling, finding a video about what I want to do, and then being able to learn how to do that. That has worked much better for me. But lately, I mean, a lot of things I make in Fusion are very simple things to fix around the house, like to make a fix. Complex designs, it's been a little while. I mean, Aaron and I were designing printers and doing stuff, but it's been a minute since I've had to do a lot of the complex designs in there. But I can still do a lot of them. But I don't do any like the parametric modeling or any of that stuff like that. I've never tried that. I don't know how people do it. I'd have to Google how to do that one. But yeah, I build and make things for my specific need, and then I'll publish them out there. And if they work for somebody, great. If not, you can, I also include the Fusion file so that you can edit it to your heart's content. Orca Slicer. I've heard Orca Slicer. I've heard about that one, but yeah, I'm quite okay with what I'm using. I'm not in the mood or desire to try and compare slicers like the big YouTubers can. Yeah, YouTube tutorials can get outdated pretty quickly with Fusion. Fusion's changed quite a bit in the past few years, but some of the basic things, if you're trying to do basic things, they're still the same. The same tools are there, but sometimes they add in things that are more complex though. But like how to make a box, how to make a simple design, how to import something into, like how to import step files is a really good one to learn, because then you kind of model off of that. That's how I model a lot of the printers. I import in the extrusion and the motors and things that are already created by somebody that are really accurate, and I can just pull that into my model and then model around it. How I make hot ends, how I make motor mounts, all kinds of things that way. I mean, I've done the same thing. I mean, because I also use, what's it called? Is it called Studio? Yeah, Studio for Lego. So if I design any Lego kits or things like that, like when I did the trains or anything like that, I'll model that in Studio and then actually build it afterwards. So it works out for me. All right, guys. Well, I think I am about done for the night. I'm hungry now, and I did what I wanted to do, which was to get this printer back working, and I got the filament drying. I'll get the print started tomorrow. So I'll be back next week, hopefully Saturday night. If not Saturday night, Sunday night, I'll be back. And I hopefully will be able to show you guys those completed prints, and I can get those mounted onto the sorter. All right, well, thank you all for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate coming. I appreciate the added conversation as well. So if you guys want to hang out or chat about anything, there's a link for Discord down below. So join there. People share things. If you have questions, I'll post on there a lot. Again, I haven't been active the past few weeks just because life has been happening, but I'll be more active here in the next couple weeks on there. But yeah, if you have any problems, just want to hang out, you can do that there. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later. Happy printing.